Fellas, we're like 7 months into Marvel Rivals. A ton of new skins have dropped between events and of course through the store. Now some are no longer available, which is unfortunate. I'm sure they'll come back because what company doesn't love making money? But in today's video, we're going to cover the top 10 best legendary skins that are in Marvel Rivals. Some you can still get, some you cannot. Starting off with number 10, we do have the Snow Symbiote Venom. Now, are there cooler Venom skins? Yeah, the white one, the pink, the orange, the cayenne blue one, all gorgeous. But the reason why this one is so good is one, it's very, very limited. And two, this was the skin that when it first came out, everyone knew the Marvel Rivals were ass people. The junk in the trunk on this boy was phenomenal. And then on top of that, it is a very good looking skin, especially during the wintertime, I find. I want to say it stands out, and it does on most maps, but so do most of his other skins, so yeah. But it's one of the best looking skins, one of the best looking designs in the game, I think. With its own unique MVP and emote, the spray is only okay, nameplate goes pretty hard. They just don't make it like they used to. And this was one of the first and best Venom skins that you could get that was fairly unique. Only caveat is that you had to pay for it, so it was not something I was super interested in. And while I do like most of his other skins more, for a legendary skin, this one does hold up very well. Now, one that I don't think will be too big of a shock to people is the Invis, the Fantastic Life. She does have the matching costume with Mr. Fantastic, although it is his only legendary skin, but it's not one of the best skins for him. This one, all white, looks fantastic. The sound effects on top of everything are also really good. And then I'm sure you've seen this MVP a ton of times anyways. It's fun, it adds a vibe with a very cool emote on top of it. Is it her best skin? I think that's currently tied for the Malice one, but it is one of her best skins available at the time. And overall, it just looks really, really good. For one of the blonde baddies in the game, you honestly can't ask for more. Now at lucky number 8, we have the Storm Goddess of Thunder. This goes very, very hard. The animation's great, the sound effects are awesome, and from all of Storm's other skins, this one is the most colorful, the most unique, in my opinion. I love the blue hair. This one actually made me go do some research for how she could handle the hammer, different hammer. I don't find I see this Storm skin all too much these days, although Storm is banned a ton. And so between the rock sound effects, how cool it looks, the blue, the MVP, it's an MVP you will see a lot, especially with a good Storm. And this was the emote that really caused me some confusions. Easily one of Storm's best skins. And out of all the legendary skins currently in the game, it's an easy number 8. Honestly, it probably could be higher depending on how much you love Storm, but all things considered, this is one of the best ones. Now, I'm sure this is going to come as no surprise to anyone for number 7. We have the Spider-Man Punk Rock skin. Spider-Man has 3 legendaries at the moment. Some characters have none. Spider-Man also has a ton of costumes too, which is kind of nonsense. But almost in a similar effect to Storm, it's the sound effects, the very unique colors. Because I found with the other Spider-Man skins, when I got picked off by him, I could live with most of it, but it was the super loud sound effect of this one that really, really jarred you. And then this one looks super cool as well. Now, just some confusion I found with Spider-Man. The Bagman Beyond one is an epic skin, but his MVP is actually legendary, which didn't make all that much sense to me, because I think that's one of the best MVPs. But that's not what we're looking at. I think the punk rock scene was one of the best things that Marvel Rivals did. I like how they do themes over periods, and this one was a great call. And then with Groot, we got the, I don't know how to say it, Ye Groot. I read somewhere someone was saying that it was all the signs of the Earth tree or the life tree, something like that. Groot himself, I found to be a very boring looking character. His base skin is actually rather fine. And then for a good while, this was the only other skin that you did see, which is fine, but it's very Halloween-esque, and it came out in February. And then the most other common skin of him you saw was the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think just looks really, really bad. But the rainbow one, the blue tint, all the shining colors, super solid Groot skin. I didn't notice too much in terms of sound effects, and I thought it was a bad idea that the Acro map, I think it is, has another Groot that you're just supposed to be walking. It was a really odd choice and it made it a little bit confusing trying to do matches, but the blue is great, and then the rainbow lights that come off of him are solid as hell. Not so great in terms of trying to hide because you got these big ass orbs all over him, but you're a frontline tank, you're not hiding all that much. And something I do like a lot is his emote, because it stays up for as long as you want it to, and it's a fun rainbow. I think I'm just into super bright colors at the moment, honestly, which is why at number 5 we do have Thor Majestic Raiment. Thor does have 2 legendary skins, the other one being Thor Love and Thunder. The sound effects are pretty cool, but it's a boring Thor skin. This one is where it's at. It looks like he just came from the beach. He has a super cool looking arm, big and buff. And then for all of the certain demographics, no shoes. That one's also good for you guys. I can't say for certain that this is his best skin because the Lord of Asgard is a very tough skin, but for a legendary skin, and out of all the legendary skins I did look up, it's just something that you wouldn't expect of Thor. And then buying the bundle for his skin also gives you his emote, which is nothing short of an aura farm. Throwing this on top of the convoy is something you can see in a lot of the short clips, and something I've seen a ton of already. Someone who has a very similar problem is Hawkeye, because Hawkeye does have a very sick looking skin. Look at this. Plus it's dark, allows you to hide, and while this is not a legendary skin, this is his competition. I honestly don't think I've seen anyone use this skin, but it's the Ronin skin that is number 4. The Ronin styles go really good. It looks good. Not a trace of purple, you got that yellow outline. Plus you got the cool mask, a great looking bow, and the sounds are just chef's kiss. And then for some reason, anytime I've seen someone use the skin, I've also seen them get the MVP. Hawkeye is a demon, and it kind of alleviated just a little bit by his glowing purple outline, but having this one, it adds fear. It's kind of scary. You know that when you see this, you're gonna have a bad time. And so while half of it is just the legendary skin itself, it's the players who you see using the skin that really cement it for you, and you don't often get to see this skin because you're dead by the time you get to the front line. And now Doctor Strange does have 2 legendary skins. This one, the Sorcerer Immortal, was a very popular skin for a while, but it just doesn't hit right for some reason. But the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, this one hits hard. The sound effects are incredible. He looks very scary, and recently, a little bit ago, they did update us so that his hands do actually stick out in the game rather than just being the basic skin. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. He is a scary tank in general, and then the skin just adds this aura that you don't want to deal with. I don't think the player base really impacts the skin too much because you will know almost right away if your Doctor Strange is good or not, and everything he does just kind of feels like a horror game. This is not something I would expect to see in a Marvel Rivals game, and I think that's why he does place so high, because in terms of especially Doctor Strange, you expect kind of static book librarian man. It affects the overall quality of the legendary skin. And now this was a coin toss for number 2, because number 2 and number 1 are very close. And the reason why Captain America Avengers Infinity War is number 2 over number 1 has to be because I don't think this is Captain America's best skin. That's the Clintar one. Hard. When you go up against this Captain America, you know you're going to have a bad time. You're not in for a treat. It's going to be a very rough time for you, especially if you're playing the support. Now, if you got this Captain America on your team, you know you're going to have an easy time because they keep nerfing Captain America and he keeps coming back stronger than ever. And this skin is tough. I remember when the skin first came out, people were uncertain how the 2 shields would work. Nothing really changes in that regard, which was a little bit of a letdown, but it added a ton of hype to the Captain America character. And while he's not super bright, not super colorful, he's a big buff dude who you know will protect you and will stall the point, allowing for your team to get that victory. And if you often play the front line or someone like a flanker and you're like, oh, it's only Captain America, this is your team's backline knows what he looks like. They all hate Captain America, and for a good reason. The Infinity War saga was probably one of the best times in Marvel's life, especially as of recent years. And this skin is the iconic skin from that. You feel like Captain America. I think it's a dope looking skin. Honestly, there's not much more you could ask for. And if it wasn't for this Captain Clintar skin, I think he probably could have landed as number 1. But instead for number 1, we have Magneto the Binary Sword. Because as a general, all of Magneto's skins, they look pretty damn good. Why is this Magneto number 1? Because he looks half robotic, missing big ass part of his body. I love the metal arm, I love the metal leg. I also like how with this costume, it does show off his skin. You get to see the muscles, you get to see Magneto, something that you do not get to see with his other skins. This is a beautiful looking skin, especially coming from regular boring Magneto. You go from this boy to this boy, you're having a good time. It makes you want to play Magneto more. I don't think it installs fear, I don't think it does anything to the enemy team, because it is a kind of common skin. It looks super cool, it is super badass. And honestly these days, if you are someone that plays Vanguard, this one's for you. This video is for you. You deserve all the love that you get. And that's a wrap on this top 10 legendary skins in Marvel Rivals. Season 3 is coming out soon. I expect one more skin drop in the next week or so. So maybe we'll get something new that could change up the list. In the meantime though, hit that like button if you're still watching, subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next one. YouTube thinks you like this video next? Let me know if you do.